Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I'm back again today with another journal. I wanted to show you this Halloween journal that I just completed. I already finished one and it was sold, called Spell. And this is the second one. This one is called Witch. And there's a third one in the works called Spooky. So hopefully I'll have 3 journals for Halloween. This one is all about witches and Halloween and different parts of the season. You know, it has different elements of Halloween and the witch season, as we might call it. Anyways, so I have this tag right in the front, in the belly band here, so with this beautiful satin fabric here, and then with a little bit of purple and different fabrics and ribbons over here. And then over here we have a bee, and inside this little brooch, and it's got beads around it and a little bit of cheesecloth. It's really cute. Hopefully you can see the detail. And on the back is also a belly band, so if you wanted to put something in the back as well, you could. And even in the side here, if you want to put in a pen or something maybe. So anyways, this journal, let me just finish with this tag. There is quite a bit going on in the tag, and different little critters and bugs and burlap and so on, and a little bit of the green from the cover and the purple tab here. And of course in the back, coffee dyed paper and so on. Some of my scribbles over here as well that I'm starting to include lately. So this tag, just for example, is about 3.5 inches by 5 inches, and then the journal itself is 6 by 6. So a square journal, and it has a tassel. The tassel is just some different wool and ribbon and so on, and some beads as well. And over here, and this one has a number as well, and it's number 257. I wanted to include the 7 for the other journals that I do, the Gothic journals, Circle of 7. I'm working on those as well. I have a couple of those that will be coming up. So I'm going to put this back for now. And this is like a cotton ribbon over here on the side, and then the usual fluff over here that I like to put. And on the bottom I have some sewing tails. And let me show you inside the journal. I don't want to make this video too long, because I also made a process video about how I choose my ephemera for the journal. So I will, you will see this journal there in much more detail. So right in the front we have a pocket with a closure here, and fabric and ribbon collaging in the front, and then a couple of things inside that might be used, just some scribbles that I did in black, and then a little bit of threads and so on, texture that might be used perhaps in a spell somewhere. And this nice pocket here with ribbon as well. Then over here I have a yellow doily that is almost like a spider's web. It you can tuck something into it if you really need to. Maybe put in a little secret message or something. This is cardstock, and then ribbon here, and bead bauble in green, and of course tabs on the top as I showed you. So over here, this is the witch that this book belongs to, and she's collected some things in it and some memorabilia from her family and so on. She's certainly wearing this beautiful coat and witch hat that I will call witch hat. Now she likes to wear feathers, so I put a little feather on it. And this is her name, Flossie Foster. I found her in a book, and I thought, well, she'd be just perfect for this journal. And then inside here we also have a little bird that comes to visit her at her house, and that might be her medium or something. And then she's a doctor. She's a witch doctor. And she keeps some, texts and pages from a medical book. And this is a specimen number for this, shows here, larynx. So anyways, this is Flossie. And we're just going to see what else she's up to. And then over here I did some decoupaging from a napkin, and did a little bit more of collaging here with fabric, a little cluster here with eyelash trim and different little bits that I had left over. In this pocket here I dyed all this a little bit red, and then put the bird that she, I don't know, I don't have a name for the bird. Should we call her 8? Maybe we'll call the bird 8. So anyways, this is a little journaling card. And here I do have a stencil, and I put this on here of the witch. And then this is the house that Flossie lives in. And it is quite a lovely house with black shutters and a little porch here. Looks like actually there is maybe some of her kids or grandkids maybe over here in the picture, if you can see them. And inside is a little booklet, just a couple of pieces of paper to write on. And in the middle is some different little threads or ribbons that she might be using in her spell book or somewhere. And then this is a tassel over here with a little thread on top, and a little writing spot here with some texture. Some flowers that she keeps in her garden. Of course, skulls here, and then some more collaging here, and a journaling tag. And this is just some family photos that she shares in this book. And perhaps this is Flossie, and the rest are other witches in her coven. Maybe all cousins or sisters and so on. Over here I give you some lines here to write on, and then over here made a pocket from one of those window envelopes. And there's some collaging over here with the black kitty over here and some different things. And then over here I found this is a page from a book and about astral projection. So I thought this might look perfect in here, like this. And I do have this black paper that I tried to use in this journal, number 35. And just a little bit from poems and so on. Now this is Flossie in her costume when she's doing some rituals. She likes to dress up and look a little bit different. So she's quite ordinary over here normally, but then she transforms into quite the queen, and perhaps she's the leader in her coven. And a little bit of that word that I always forget, sequence. I don't know why I have a problem with sequence, but every time I have it, I can't remember that word. I always want to say rhinestone. A little bit shiny on top here as well. A little bit more writing space, and over here as well, this is tracing paper, and just a little bit of fabric with skulls on it. And these are a couple of her coven sisters as well. And then in this little pocket, she keeps a couple of things, like something about personalities, and maybe this indicates a warped mind, because I don't know about Flossie. Perhaps she's a black widow, and well, this is Flossie, and I don't know, she's a doctor, but would you trust this doctor? I'm not sure. So she's a little bit wide-eyed there. Just a little tidbit about actually I'm sorry, this goes over here, about Flossie. And my own collage here from my digital kit, Witch's Diary, and then stamping here. And then in the middle of the first signature, so there are two signature, of course my signature beads over here. And then inside we have this beautiful dyed index card, and then over here two cards, small cards that I put together with a foot, just for something different. Then over here number 13, And then if you look over here where it says organs, I try to choose some things that are, you know, a little bit odd. Not necessarily Halloween, but a little bit odd anyways. And so this is the other foot of, maybe it was her father. I think I have a picture of him further down. And I just separated them just for, you know, something odd. Anyways, here's more traditional Halloween journal card of a witch, and over here is one more dyed index card, some paper ruffle, and more writing spots. Lots of ribbon on the edges everywhere. Now this is her grandma. I don't have a name for her. I'm just wondering whether Flossie should have really her own journal, although this is her book as well. But maybe a little bit more about Flossie needs to be said. So this is her grandma, and maybe back in the old country in Transylvania or somewhere in Europe. And a little bit of a bead over here. More skeletons. And here's, looks like a witch doing, trying to do a love spell. The pentagram over here that I did with sticks. And a little bit more tab here. Some spiders crawling, and just a little bit of extra little tiny papers. You know how I am, tiny papers, I like them. And then just stamping with red and a black ribbon, a little bit more words. And on this one, I love this one. I don't know, some sort of mask. It is quite creepy. So I thought, oh my goodness, that'd be perfect. So this is authentic from a book. And this mask is just, I hope you can see it, that the light isn't reflecting too much. I don't know what it's for. I really should maybe do some research on this. I'm going to have to scan it and do some research on that, what this mask might be used for. But it does have a write-up here, so maybe, you know, you can read that. And on the back is a little pocket here with just a little bit more. This is from her porch, and just a little writing spot here. And in the back, something as well. So a little bit odd and strange and creepy. So over here, some more tabs of all kinds. And over here as well. So lots of detail, lots of sewing and stamping. I like to do all of those things. This is also from a book, and from the microscope book that I have. And it has all these weird different shapes, and I just thought it might be kind of a curious thing for the book. And then collage here, spell. And then these are some of her bird friends as well. And maybe 8 is in here also. And then over here, a little tag and some more flowers from her garden. And some different things like number 33 on the tag and a black tab on the top. Just from her garden, some information that she's jotting down. And here is vintage index card. It's a strange one because it got all these perforated things, and I don't know, it might have been like a separator between other cards, I think, but it's a little bit creepy, I thought. And then over here there's some lines here for you to write in, so I thought it might belong here. It's green also, just like the cover. So a little bit bats over here, stenciling. And then, actually not stenciling, I made an actual stamp from the white foam that you can buy, foam sheets, and then I cut them into these shapes. So over here is a wallpaper sample, and I did some stamping in the back and little tree indentations here. And I happen to have this in black, and well, it's in this journal now. And at the end, here close to the end of the first signature, we have a skull. This is decoupaging, and in the front I used the corners, and here I show you the actual picture in the middle, beware. And then over here is just a little folder like this to write on. And over here is a pentagram. So that's the end of the first signature with this web over here. Now in the middle there's a little bonus notebook, and it's got the skull on the front and a little bit of these black butterflies that I painted, and then some pages here, some spiders here as well. and some different sheets of paper that you might want to write on and keep. And this is from my digital collage kit. And some more. And a witch's hat. And a little bit more of eco-dye paper here. So this is just a little extra writing space here. And then this is the second signature. Also more of this doily. And then this purple heart to go with the theme. Now this is her brother. And his name is Thomas Foster. So I don't know if he's maybe something about jewelry. I don't know. Maybe he's a jeweler. I don't know. And then over here I don't know if you can see it, a little bit of texture here, ribbon. And then in the back, actually, let me see. Some bits and tidbits. This is, I believe this is her father, or their father. And just a little bit more, I think, from the microscope book. And her father, so something that she keeps paper clipped over here, some family members and so on. And they might be warlocks. They're warlocks. So over here, more decoupaging and eyelash trim collage, and more of this shiny ribbon that I like. And over here, number 13, and a young man writing something. I just like the black over here, and then just put number 13 on it myself. And the back is also something a little bit strange. And then here, this dot, I don't know what it represents, but I put some numbers on it as a sample. Some sort of sample card. And some spiders here, and orange tab. And a skeleton stamped over here with green tab. A writing spot over here, collaging with witch on it. More from the microscope book with some strange designs, and beautiful coffee stained paper here, and a paper tab on the top on these ones. This is a glassine bag that I stamped with lines. Over here, some I put this on and then put a little bit of threads on here just for more texture. And then this is silver stamping, which is almost running out, but just as well, it looks good. And then over here, I have like a floating pocket, and then this very strange inside the gums, some sort of animal skull, and with red on it to match the red on this page here. And this is a pentagram that I made from wood sticks, and tied it up with some burlap thread, and took a picture of it. So I use it here and there just to use some of my own photography and so on, other creative ways that I do. And then I also actually did a lot of leaf stamping. I didn't mention it, actually, I forgot. Leaf stamping impressions as well. Now this is regular stamping here, and then over here stenciling in another little folder. You can put something in that. And then over here's just some little printouts from vintage books that are, copyright free online. And then this is October 31st in Gothic letters and numbers. And here's 8. I'm not sure, it's not the same bird, but let's call it 8 anyways. And just a bigger picture of it. She's quite grown into a beautiful large bird. And in the back is some more pictures of her. Shall I do a book about her as well? Call it 8. And over here, more from my digital collage kit. Some stamping over here. And over here, the more, again, traditional Halloween card, journaling card, and I just put a little bit of ribbon on it. This is from the Graphics Fairy. And then here, just some writing page, and then something says roses here. And maybe this is a small picture of her mother. We haven't seen her mother yet. We have her father, her brother, her grandmother. Perhaps this is Flossie's mother. I'm not sure of her name yet. I might do a book, like I said, about them, and maybe in a little more detail. And this one is, I'm not sure, maybe her cousin or somebody over here. Andrew Watson. I'm going to scan that and I guess figure out who Andrew Watson is as well. Maybe her significant other. We'll find out. And some more bats here. Journaling spot with another skeleton or skull here. And then over here is another collage with a window pocket. And then inside is this beautiful skeleton from the microscopic book. And it looks like maybe some sort of vertebrae. And over here it almost looks like a little face or something. I'm not sure, but it is something creepy. So there, that's better. So you can see it right through the window there. And there's some of my scribbles here and numbers and so on the collage. And then some more stick stamping here. And the skull here. Writing space, and over here as well. Like, I try to give you some empty spots because there aren't too many really. So, but you can, you know, write around here just as well. And a little bit more from vintage witch images. Over here, black paper. Over here is a little tag with the, you know, all-seeing eye on it, and number 5 on this one. A little narrow tag. And then this is a stamp of Flossie's house. Maybe something that she originally designed, or maybe it's her grandma's house, because her house is much bigger than this. So maybe this is her little house that belongs to grandma. And then more collaging here with the black cat. And then a little bit more of the weird and strange designs from the microscopic book. And this is from her garden, house plants maybe that she uses and so on. And a witch hat on this tracing paper. And then over here, also another page from the wallpaper sample. A little more of the shiny ribbon here. And then over here we have the Bon Appetit decoupaging from a napkin. So I also use the corners on the first page and then use this over here at the end. This beautiful hand, skeleton hand. And then over here, a little bit more writing space. And over here as well. And then stenciling over here. And W over here. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit off. W over here for witch. It does say on the other side it says wonderful, but I like to use it as a W for witch. There. And so this is at the end of the second signature, at the end of the book. And at the back we have a little envelope that is, let me see if I can get it off this way, that is sealed with this red ribbon. And inside, of course, you know, what would a witch be without her tarot cards? So I do have a few that I made from my old cards. And so we have something about a letter, and maybe in the letter it talks about a journey, and the journey takes you maybe to this beautiful, beautiful new house, and a pond with swans, something really, really good. I hope that, you know, at the end of our journey this year we end up with something good at least. And so this is the end of the witch journal, and I'm just gonna see if I can get this back on without opening it. I hope so. Okay, so here we go. This goes in the last pocket. And so I'm working on Spooky, and hopefully I'll do a video of that soon as well. So I hope everybody's doing good and better anyways than we have been in the past. And thank you for coming by and checking out this journal. And I hope you'll be back again sometimes. And if you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Again, Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Bye-bye.